Hello to all our magical listeners. We are Marie and Kate. Together, we love to chat about mindful magic. Mindful magic is intentionally, mindfully traveling through each day, each task, every little mundane thing you need to do with a magical mindset. Let's get magical and start this episode. Okay, welcome back. Last episode, we left off talking about the magical stones, and now it's recipe time.
Yay!
So this is something that Kate discovered, and I'm going to go over it. And then afterwards, Kate is going to do her reading, which I'm really excited for.
Me too.
Did you guys know that pumpkin spice is a spell? And who doesn't love pumpkin spice around this time of year?
I know, right?
So this latte isn't just a delicious fall drink. It's actually an edible spell crafted to promote warmth, grounding, vitality, and seasonal wellness. Pumpkin is a symbol of abundance and healing, combined with spices that amplify energy and protection. It also creates a blend of physical nourishment and magical intention. You know, those wonderful pumpkin spices that are in there, which include cinnamon, which attracts abundance and amplifies energy.
I read just yesterday, and I shared it on my Instagram, that cinnamon is great to add a little bit to your coffee to attract abundance. So coffee in general, to add cinnamon to, is a quick mindful magic technique.
Yeah, which is awesome. I do the pour over in the morning in our carafe, our glass carafe, and I put cinnamon in every morning.
Delicious.
Yeah. So also ginger. Ginger ignites vitality and prosperity. It's also a natural stomach tonic. Nutmeg is playful and protective, bringing in luck. And allspice adds positivity and healing power. Finally, cloves calm the body and boost your confidence. The health benefits in this pumpkin, of course, is rich in vitamins and antioxidants to boost immunity and support skin health. The spices, cinnamon, ginger, and nutmeg, in addition to what we already said, are known for their anti-inflammatory properties and warming energy to boost circulation and digestion.
Love that. I love that.
Me too. It's just fun when you think about these everyday spices, herbs that we take for granted.
Right. And also chicken noodle soup, even. If you think about when you make chicken noodle soup when you're sick, those as well, they have magical properties. So it's anything you make. If there's like a certain spice that you're drawn to, you might want to look it up. And Pinterest is great for this. They have a lot of pins made for magical properties of herbs. So I always am saving those pins.
And again, you know, putting your intention of healing or better health, wealth, prosperity, joy, peacefulness, whatever, putting that intention into the things that you're making.
Right.
And then the sweetness in the pumpkin spice latte, maple syrup or honey, they're natural sweeteners and they provide sustained energy without the crash, like putting in, just white sugar. And I personally love stevia. I get this stevia powder. We don't have Trader Joe's here in Hawaii, such a bummer. But when we go to the mainland, we go to Trader Joe's like a lot of people from Hawaii do, and sometimes bring an extra suitcase just for the
a stevia suitcase.
Yeah, stevia cookie butter suitcase because it's all heavy stuff. But there's a stevia powder there that it's super concentrated. You don't need very much. And some people say it has a little bit of an aftertaste, but either I've gotten used to it or I don't care or I don't taste it. But I prefer that.
Yeah, being in the Midwest, maple syrup is our go-to for sweetener, and honey, of course, but maple syrup for sure. We put maple syrup in a lot of things, but for my tea, I really love to put honey in there.
Maple syrup is just amazing. It's just, it blows my mind that comes out of a tree and it's so sweet and it's just this amazing nectar.
I know. And then someone decided to put it on pancakes, and that was genius.
That ended life. That was
They
it.
have candles scented like that now.
So let's get to the instructions here. So of course you want to set your intention. So as you prepare your ingredients, take a moment to ground yourself. Imagine the warmth and vitality that this brew will bring to your body and spirit. Ask your angels to surround you to help enhance your intentions and bless each ingredient. Focus on the intention of nourishing yourself both physically and energetically. And then, of course, stir with intention. And Kate, you have talked about this when you make your morning coffee or your tea.
Yes. Yeah, I stir everything with intention. My soups that my kids are always my testers for. I'm always creating new soups. I just created one, actually. It's called Cheesy October because of the colors that I used. It's the cheese, broccoli, red potatoes. They loved it. But I'm always stirring with intention. I'm always asking my angels, my ancestors, and guides to bless everything that I make for my family.
Wow. Sounds like we all need to go eat it. Kate's test kitchen, that broccoli cheese soup.
That one made it into the recipe box.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Ooh, oh yeah. Okay, never mind. I'm going to go off on a tangent. I must be hungry because I'm thinking about all kinds of food. Okay, so of course, stir with intention, like we're talking about. So when you're stirring your ingredients, you move your spoon clockwise to invite all the positive energy, the warmth and abundance. And as you stir, you can say out loud or in your mind, with pumpkins gold and spices fire, I brew a potion of wealth and desire, warmth and vitality from within. I claim this. And so it is. I love that one.
I do too. I mean, you can make it your own, but this is just one that we came up with.
Yeah. And it's just it's fun to just make little spell rhymes when you're open to that creativity and with your intention is to make a little spell with it, the right words will come and they have more power.
Agreed.
So you can add in other intentions as well when you're stirring. If there's something specific that you just want to sit with your pumpkin spice latte and maybe over a problem or reminisce on a memory or thinking about loved ones or anything like that, add that intention in as you're adding your ingredients and asking for them to be activated and as you're stirring and sipping.
Yes. And you can envision your goals, you manifesting your goals. How will you feel? Where will you be sitting? What will you be wearing? I use those moments as well to help manifest goals that I have set. So for now, I envision myself sitting with our new home, sitting in our yard with that cup in my hand. It's just take advantage of each moment you can.
And that's really the key to manifesting, isn't it? Is seeing it already happening and really feeling.
We have a manifestation meditation in our Angel Magic Prayers and Meditations book. I'm also going to upload that to YouTube, Marie. I haven't uploaded that, so be on the lookout for that. I'll make a post on our Instagram and Facebook page when that's available. But that will teach you how to use your emotions and visualize what you want to manifest.
So I was talking about sipping mindfully, take your time drinking, allowing each sip to infuse you with the grounded energy and well-being that you have set forth in this beautiful potion you've made, and visualize yourself glowing with vitality. That just sounds so lovely and beautifully self-caring.
Yes, for sure. And there's no way that can't put you in a better mood and help immediately raise your vibration.
Right. And then the caffeine.
Yeah, of course. And then you get inspiration and energy to go do what you need to do. Even a couple minutes a day, just dedicating even a couple minutes of your day for yourself and for your goals. And it's just so powerful. And everyone always thinks that it's a chore for spiritual maintenance, but it's not, because when it becomes a habit, it's something that you want to do and it feels so good. And you realize how important it is to make time for yourself. I love that quote. Self-care is not something that you have to earn. It's essential. And I don't remember who said that, but I share that often.
That's a great point to make, is that, you make it a habit.
Yeah.
We all do if it's, something that we want and we know that is good for us, and that, once we're doing it often and on a regular basis, like just grounding ourselves, just how much better you live from that point.
Yes.
We're going to upload this recipe as well, but if you want to get your quills and your parchment out to jot down this recipe, and of course, where will we put it up, Kate?
We're going to put it in, of course, on the Mindful Magic page. We are a Mindful Magic channel on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. I will post the spell on Instagram and Facebook. And also I'll share that in our Angel Magic community on Facebook.
Awesome. Here's the ingredients list. So you start with 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk, or you can use oat milk for extra creaminess. And of course, you can use regular milk, your milk of choice.
Mhm.
Luckily, I don't know if this is in Costco elsewhere, but we have macadamia nut milk here, which
Ooh,
I love. It's low carb, it's got protein in it, and it just feels like a Hawaii thing that's just, I use it in everything actually. It's got kind of a natural sweetness. It's really nice.
I can almost feel that in my mouth when you say it, like very creamy and like I can feel the texture.
Yeah, it is. It is. Okay, so 1 cup of unsweetened milk of your choice, 2 tablespoons of organic pumpkin puree. And of course, you can use any, but we're going to always promote organic stuff. So,
Right.
but whatever you have. Tablespoon of maple syrup or honey for the natural sweetness. And again, just a little bit of stevia or your choice of sweetener if you don't want the honey or maple syrup. A half teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, a half teaspoon of pumpkin spice blend, the store-bought kind or the homemade where you mix it together, and we'll list the recipe below. And then 1 shot of espresso or a half cup of strongly brewed coffee, a pinch of sea salt. And of course, this is optional, but it does enhance the flavors and complements the sweet. And then a little cinnamon or nutmeg for garnish, which is optional, or a shot of whiskey. Just kidding.
Irish pumpkin spice.
It's yes, it's always good.
Maybe we should add that as an optional into the list of
Right.
ingredients.
I second that. Okay. And for the homemade pumpkin spice blend, you're going to take a tablespoon of ground cinnamon, a half teaspoon of ground ginger, a half teaspoon of ground nutmeg, a quarter teaspoon of ground cloves, and a quarter teaspoon of ground allspice. Now, a couple things you can add. Of course, this is your recipe. Make it your own. We're just giving you a jumping off point here. We like to add a teaspoon of coconut oil or MCT oil just for the added healthy fats. Why not? And it does make it a little creamier. One thing that you can do for ladies who are approaching their crone age is a scoop of collagen powder or plant-based protein powder, just for a boost of protein. And if you get an unflavored protein powder, of course, it'll not change the flavor, but there are vanilla ones out there that might actually enhance the flavor. I don't know if you guys out there have tried the powdered collagen. I use it all the time, and it does not change the flavor. It has zero flavor. Okay, so get out your cauldron and you're going to heat your almond milk, pumpkin puree, the pumpkin spice, and vanilla in a saucepan on medium, stirring with intention.
Mm-hmm.
Once you start to see the vapors come up and start to simmer just a touch, you can blend in your maple syrup or honey. And then you can use a frother or a whisk or a fork if you want some froth, and blend until frothy.
Frothy. I like that.
I like frothy. Then you can put your cinnamon or nutmeg on top and it'll stay. And then you're going to add your espresso or coffee. Then you're going to mix it up and pour it all into a mug. Before you pour it into a mug, if you do want to make it Irish, this would be the time to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then garnish with cinnamon or nutmeg. That's about it. That is homemade pumpkin spice latte made with intention.
I love it. I'm so
Yeah.
excited that we shared that. And when I read it, I'm like, wow, like everyone needs to know that because it's so popular every year. And why not drink it with intention? Even if you don't make your own, just buying it and knowing that the ingredients are in there.
Yeah, I was just thinking about this. Everybody knows the Starbucks pumpkin spice latte. Even if you go through your Starbucks drive-through or in the store and you get this lovely latte in your hand, still sip with intention.
Absolutely.
Now we have a super special treat for everybody. Kate is going to do a general reading for everyone. So we'll be incorporating Kate's readings at the end of every episode. So please stay tuned because she is so gifted. Even though she's pulling cards, tarot cards, I mean, yes, there are messages in the cards, but there also any divination tool is just there to sort of help you open up and download. And boy, does she get some downloads. So we will be asking our Mindful Magic community to email us a question for Kate, and we will try to make our way through as many emails as we can as they come in. We will let each person know which episode to make sure to tune into for their reading. So you can email us always at mindfulmagicchannel@gmail.com.
Awesome. So normally, like Marie said, I will be doing live readings, but for this being Samhain, the full moon energy, I did the reading beforehand. So from now on, they will be live. But this one I did before because I just felt like it was a special time of year for myself, Marie, and a lot of others. So I wanted to make sure that I could really go within and get a detailed reading for everyone. So this is a collective reading. Some of this may resonate or all of it. So take what you need. Before I pull cards, I always tune in and I write down any impressions I receive or any messages. This is the first message that I receive before I pull cards. So I will start. The signs you have been looking for are all around you. This full moon and Samhain, we, the angels, would like to help you develop a greater sense of awareness and to help you learn how to stay connected while remaining grounded so that you can be fully present in the moment while receiving messages from spirit. And I already heard as I was reading this that the ancestors are like us too. So this is not just your angels. With this, the veil being thin and Samhain approaching, our ancestors are always close, but they use this thin veil to get extra close and really guide you. So this is not just your angels and your guides. This is also ancestors and deceased loved ones acting as angels. We would also like to help you trust in your abilities because your doubt is blocking your path and ability to receive messages and to see the signs that we are sending you. Remember, if you see a penny and feel it is a sign, then it is. The same goes for colors or words you hear throughout your day. Don't discredit yourself by ignoring things that feel like confirmation to you. It's just about your angels and ancestors want this reading to be the whole theme of it is about trusting yourself. They're saying that a lot of the signs, I know myself personally, are very subtle. And it takes practice and trust in yourself to really figure out what's your ego and what's not and what's messages. And the more that you trust, the easier it will be for you to discern whether that's your ego or if it's your angels and guides. It just takes practice and trust. For the reading, I use the Halloween Oracle, and I am going to post these cards on our Mindful Magic pages. So you can, if you're listening now, go over to our Facebook and Instagram, and you can look at the cards as I go through them. I love this deck. I look forward to using it every year. So the first card I pulled was the Veil. So this represents Samhain. As the veil is at its thinnest, you will feel your ancestors and deceased loved ones extra close. So I also worked with Archangel Azrael for this reading, which some call him the angel of death. But Archangel Azrael helps souls transition to the light. He also helps anyone who's grieving to bring you comfort, acceptance, peace, and to really help you communicate. I work with Archangel Azrael for mediumship. So this message, Archangel Azrael says, do not discredit the signs they send, as well as guidance. Use divination tools to help confirm messages you receive, or ask someone for a reading that you trust. Like I said, I did this reading before, but earlier, before we got on, I received a message that anyone has the ability to give themselves a reading or to tune in and pay attention to any impressions that are sent to you, because that's what they want. I mean, of course, it's great to get a reading for confirmation. I get readings as well. Marie and I give each other readings all the time. But learning how to do this yourself is also really important too. And maybe one episode, Marie will do a teaching on how to pull cards and how to, tune in and learn how to trust what you receive. So the next card I received was Remembrance. So the remembrance for this reading means your ancestors want you to celebrate their life rather than mourn their death. They are not unhappy at all. I always go back to your brother, Marie, when I the big spirit, like how, and this comes often when I do mediumship readings, is how happy they are and at peace. If they're ever unhappy or worried, it's because they're worried about your state of mind and you grieving. So they're really not unhappy. So they want you to let go of anger, guilt, resentment, because those are all lessons. and to also remember all the good things about them, because you're supposed to take that from them, that lesson from them, to awaken that within yourself. The darkness can illuminate our strengths and our true values so that we can live them more clearly and fully. And then also, of course, by letting go of any guilt, any forgiveness that needs to be given, you're not having to repeat that cycle. So that's another reason why they really want you to accept, release, let go, and live life for yourself. I got really emotional, sorry. So the underworld is the next card I pulled. This represents the full moon energy mixed with the thin veil from Samhain. You will be lifting your own veil of limiting beliefs. I love that. What you want and what you don't want, who is good for you and who is not. I'm even hearing going back and noticing mistakes you made and trying to manifest previous goals, but you're being given a new perspective. Light is being shed on your past. It's like it's not that you're not on the right path or you did something wrong, but there's just something that you missed. This energy will help you consider exactly what you need to do to transform your life into something easier. Easier is really, they're pushing that word, easier, and more authentic to you. So don't expect any changes that are occurring or that are going to occur to be the end of the world. Major movement as a result of your prayers and intentions while taking advantage of this potent energy and practicing going within daily. So this may involve trials and tests, but you keep moving. I know I've been going through this. I don't know about you, but lots and lots of movement. It's not all bad. It's just a lot of dreaming, doing work in my sleep, waking up, and I feel like I just have so much going on. They're just saying it's really important to just keep moving forward, stay focused on your end game and where you want to be. While things may fall away and you feel bare or unsure for a time, it is temporary. This is why trust in yourself and your abilities and going within and being self-aware are necessary. So you're just making space to create new. You're creating space. So they're trying to help you do that. The next card I pulled was the Black Cat. So by following the guidance of Archangel Azrael that I mentioned before, and your angels and ancestors, the Black Cat is a promise for good luck, fortune, success, and opportunities in your future. And I did a reading, I think it was last week, on how you're here. Many of us are cycle breakers. We have the ability to do this, but it was kind of like in your face, tough love reading. It was like, but will you? We all have free will. So you do have to make that choice. You do have to take that action. And the action is also releasing, letting go. We're also purging cycles and trauma from our ancestors from previous generations as well. So pay attention to what triggers you as well, because that's an opportunity for you to release and heal. So when I was putting the cards away, this flew out of the deck, and this is the Hearth card. Make your space sacred, comfortable, beautiful, not just for yourself, but for your loved ones, as this card is also about nurturing our closest relationships. So this is just a beautiful fall, winter energy card. Focus on your space, creating that, making your space sacred, inviting, comfortable, nurturing yourself and your loved ones. That's really what they want you to do as well. Make time for that.
That's an amazing reading.
I loved it. I can feel the heaviness in the reading when I do it, that we're all going through things. And that's something else that's coming through, is we have to remember that everyone is going through something. We have to be kind and remember that when you're triggered by someone, this is not only an opportunity for you to heal, but by not feeding into others' behaviors, it's not enabling that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and you're
Sometimes
not
it's hard.
creating karma.
Right, exactly. So sometimes it's hard to put to words what I feel, but I can feel all this heaviness. But the support at the same time, they're like, I know this is difficult. I know this is hard, but you're here for a reason. All this, what you want to say, all these challenges, all this past trauma is really just to make you stronger. You need to learn this along the way to get what you want, while simultaneously contributing to humanity. I believe we all have a double mission: to contribute to humanity and to fulfill our life purpose.
Right. And, it makes sense that you're feeling and that everybody else is feeling a heaviness, because in the Celtic wheel of the year, Samhain is the last day of the year, that, it is New Year, essentially, New Year's Eve for the Celtic wheel of the year. So to wrap up an entire year of what you've been going through as sort of like, let's tie up the loose ends. Let's figure a few things out. Let's deal with some of this stuff that we've been presented with so that we can cross over into the new year fresh with a
Right.
little less baggage, if you will.
Yeah. And that will also, by reflecting on your past, the way you did things, it's not about feeling guilt or I should have done this. It's like, no, this is a really good way for you to be like, I'm so grateful for that lesson. I'm going to give myself another opportunity to do something different or the way that I should have before. So that reflection time is really important too.
And that's great. I love that because I have to remind myself of that because I get mad really easily. And I have to stop and be like, no, thank you so much for the opportunity and the challenge
Yeah.
with extra sarcasm. But really, I'm like, okay, yes, I get it. I get it.
And my guys are very, I love humor and comedy. So they are always sending me like clips of funny movies that I love or like movie quotes, always to help me stay focused because it's important to, if you're having a bad day, you can create a vibe like I was talking about in previous episodes. Let's end our day with watching a funny movie or, really being mindful of how you fall asleep at night. Make sure you're grateful. Make sure you laugh before bed. Make sure you give a hug and a kiss to your loved one.
Infuse everything with some lightness.
Because you're in control. You are in control, and that's terrifying and amazing at the same time.
Exactly. So, Kate, I just want to see if after that amazing reading, I know that your guides give you a lot of information. And since that was sort of a pre-reading, you pulled cards before, that if there's any sort of closing thoughts on that your guides are giving you that you'd like to share.
Yes, I am. They want to remind us all we have tools and we need to use them. These tools would be like crystals. If you're having a bad day, you're feeling heavy, or you need some extra protection, use your crystals, amethyst, black tourmaline, clear quartz to enhance any of them, making time for self-care. And I'm also hearing to make effort with them, with spirit. Make effort, take the time, and you'll be amazed at when you just like, okay, show me something, guide me. What do I need to be doing? I just received an impression. Can you confirm that? Just making time for yourself and for that time to connect with spirit and to know that you're never alone. And if you feel alone, let them know that you feel alone. A lot of trauma healing I've been doing in my sleep. I've been working with Jesus and Mother Mary for that, the healing if I need to feel held, Mother Earth as well too. But lately it's been Jesus and Mother Mary. So it's not only I need to feel held, but I also need to feel safe with that male masculine energy. And then also it's like a balanced healing.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll get that. You'll feel held, you'll feel safe, you'll feel supported, but you'll also feel that you feel safe enough to take action. So working with Jesus and Mother Mary, they are non-denominational. You do not have to be religious to work with them, but just, or any ascended master that you're drawn to. There's a reason for that. I know, Marie, you're really connected to Aphrodite. She appears a lot in your readings, always sending me pictures of the ocean for you. Marie, go to the water. Because she wants to connect with you. That's where that connection is enhanced. So it's really just making effort with spirit. Make effort and you'd be amazed at what's shown to you.
Yeah. Hey, me and my girl take showers together.
Yes. I've taken showers with her too. Yes.
Yeah. Because it's just, that's one way to touch water,
Yeah.
right? And it's symbolic to take a shower and you're sort of washing everything down the drain. So I use my healing salts, and all of that. So, that's just sort of a quick refresh and tune up in my opinion.
We should make an Aphrodite shower meditation.
Yeah. Shower and bath meditation.
Yeah.
We will do that because she's really powerful. And one thing I wanted to just mention was, even though this is a very witchy podcast in general, you'll hear us talk about Jesus and Mother Mary, and Kate nailed it on the head. They're ascended masters. They're there for everybody. And we look to all of those ascended masters. You hear us talk about the archangels, just because sort of a witchy themed podcast, that doesn't mean that there is any darkness there. We're going to have a whole episode about dispelling just the word witch in general,
Agreed.
which will sort of lead us in a little bit to thinking about our very last episode for October. We are going to do our Samhain episode. Please stay tuned for that. Our very last episode of My Favorite Color is October. We'll be chatting about Samhain. And of course, we can't leave October without talking about the Salem witch trials. We will also talk about a couple easy Samhain spells to set up your brand new year. So our next episode will be our very first video episode. We'll still upload the audio to all of the podcast platforms, but we're going to also upload our first video podcast to YouTube. And Kate, do you want to talk about why that's going to be so much fun?
We have this theme that Marie and I have been talking about. I think we're going to do red lipstick and red wine.
That's right.
So anyone else that wants to tune in, get your red lipstick on, which is a great way to raise your vibration, by the way. Makes you feel amazing. And your red wine or sparkling grape juice.
That's right. Yes.
I'm so excited.
I'm really excited for that too. That's going to be a lot of fun. That is going to be an adult episode only. So leave your kids at home. Please stay tuned. And thank you so much for listening and being part of the Mindful Magic and Angel Magic community.
If you have any questions or topics you would like to hear Marie and I discuss, please comment below, send us a message, or reach out to us on Instagram. We like to close each episode with a moment of mindfulness. Take a deep breath and think about what you're grateful for today. We're now going to bless everything that you're grateful for and let your higher self and guides know that you are open for even more blessings. We bid you farewell until we meet again. Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again. We hope your day is filled with love, happiness, undeniable signs, and mindful magic. You can check out Marie's handmade candles, soaps, lotions, and more at kitchenwitchhawaii.com, and you can follow her on Instagram. You can book an angel reading with me, check out my books, and sign up for our Angel Magic community at katewhitneyofficial.com. And be sure to follow Mindful Magic on YouTube at Mindful Magic Channel. We are also on Facebook and Instagram.